Duke, 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 Duke-a-bell, 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 Duke, Duke.
As I walk through this world, nothing can stop the Duke of Earl. And you are my girl, and no one can hurt you. Oh no, yes I. Duchess of Earl, we'll walk through my dukedom.
Welcome to the Dukes of Sports. I'm Randy Lively with...
Paul Perry. How you doing, Randy?
Good. Today's Tuesday, October 1st.
Yeah, it's
You know what
October
today
already.
is, right?
What's that?
You know what today is? What day is it?
Hump Day.
No. Today is the opening of the National Hockey League.
You know, I saw that
Snuck
late
right
last
up.
night. I I stay up late, and I was watching Sports Channel, and they were talking about. I didn't realize it was already opening season for the National Hockey League.
Yeah, they have compared to some other sports, a relatively short.
Well, that's because
Pre-season.
we've always said this. All the sports have been stretched, including like baseball. You know, because let's face it, we'll hit baseball after on the cities that the World Series are going to be in. You're talking snowshoes in most of those cities, other than maybe Los Angeles. But yeah, I noticed that. It is
yeah.
opening. But I thought you were going to get me on Hump Day.
No.
You know, Duke Hump Day, or the Tuesday should
That
be
was-
Hump Day for us.
Well, yeah, it is.
For us,
Yeah.
you know.
And even basketball camps are opening up,
Yeah.
preseason
Well,
camps.
it's money. What it is, the season's got to be longer to pay all these guys. That's
I
what,
suppose.
no, that's why all these majority of these seasons have been stretched.
Yeah.
That's a known fact. So what do you want to hit first?
Well,
Baseball.
big things are baseball and football, and
We'll hit baseball first.
Sure.
Baseball. We usually can ravel on baseball. Maybe we
finally
should
got.
yeah.
We know who's playing and who's in.
Sox are opening up Friday at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Odd.
Yeah, well, because of there's when it comes to the first rounds of playoffs, there's like 4 games, so they have to fluctuate the time schedule.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised TV would go for that.
They're the ones that are probably making them do it. I mean,
But-
I noticed Friday is 3:00 and Saturday's 5:30.
Yeah. But
Both at Fenway.
I think for the Sox, I mean, they have in like 4 days off. I think that's real good for the pitching
Yeah, 4.5,
staff.
right.
You know.
Pitching, yes.
The batters, I'm not sure. It gives them a
No.
chance to get a little rusty.
I agree with you. And the fielders, I mean, even though the fielders are different, but the batters, I think they need that live pitching.
Yeah.
You got batting practice. They might have given them off. They might have given them all Monday off.
But, it should give them, I would think, an edge in the pitching
But all
department.
the teams are the same.
But, the teams that don't have to play,
But the playoff teams, like last night, Price pitched a shutout. He's not going to be able to pitch until.
well, he pitched 9. Well, it wasn't a shutout. He gave up 2
I'm
runs.
sorry, I meant
But
to say a
complete game.
Yeah, complete game. But that was what, Monday?
Yep.
If he goes on 4-day rest, do they count 4-day rest, meaning Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, he can pitch Saturday? Or is he going to pitch Sunday?
Yeah.
I mean, that's where, well, wait a minute now. Oh, no, not Price, but they still play tonight too, right?
Yeah.
Tonight is the wild card. Today's the wild card with
Today's the
Cleveland and Tampa, right?
play-in game, yeah. Two
So
wild.
the winner plays the Sox.
Yep, I believe so.
The winner plays the
Because the
Sox.
Sox have the best
And
record.
Oakland is playing
Detroit, you would think.
Detroit. Yeah, no, that's right. Because
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they're going to go.
you can't play like Cleveland and Detroit are in the same division. No? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when it comes to playoffs, they got it that you can't, when it comes to playoffs, you can't play your head-to-head unless it was a finals.
Oh, really?
That's why I like to, yeah, if you ever noticed that, yeah. Yeah.
But,
Same with the National League, all
Well-
of them. But go ahead.
well, no, I mean, if Tampa wins, then the Red Sox shouldn't be playing them.
Yeah, right.
Right.
It's Tampa or Cleveland. That's who they're playing today, or the
No,
wild
but
card.
then Tampa's in the same division as the Red Sox.
You know, what I just said doesn't make any sense.
Well, it ain't the first time.
No, but I thought I was right.
Well, you might be.
But did they say,
We'll-
they,
Wait, we'll know after.
because I heard them say this morning that they know who the Sox are playing. Well, how the hell do you know who the Sox are playing if you don't know,
Yeah, I don't see.
unless what you just said is correct, or I said was correct, that they won't be Tampa or Cleveland, it'll be Oakland or Detroit.
I haven't heard.
I
Well, you know
grabbed the
what?
paper this morning and I didn't even read it.
Again, today's Tuesday, the 1st.
Yeah, it's-
We'll know tonight.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, maybe even the
but,
paper said it right.
you know, it's good. And then, you know, in the National League, you got Cincinnati and Pittsburgh will have their
Yep.
match, and then the winner will move on. And you know, I give Pittsburgh credit. I mean,
They got a good record. Not only made the playoffs. I mean,
I think they got a better record than the Dodgers.
but they, I think they might. But they're all a few games difference.
Yeah.
But considering what Pittsburgh's been doing, their record is really outstanding.
Yeah, they finished strong. Well, I think they finished their last series. I think might have been against Cincinnati, and they did well.
Well, they only won. They had they didn't get first place.
No.
But they won their wild card by 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, but St. Louis,
They blew it. St. Louis blew first place.
they got the same record as the Red Sox.
No, record don't mean nothing. I meant the record don't mean nothing. What
What gives
place
them
you're
home
in.
field?
No, St. Louis was supposed to be originally, because I don't like them, because they always beat my Dodgers.
Yeah.
It really, because the Dodgers are
Well, I don't know.
Dodgers are roping it up with Atlanta. Atlanta got the better record.
No.
Yes. Yes. I'm telling you, Dodgers are opening up with Atlanta. And Atlanta.
You want to?
No, not a prime rib on that one. Because not on that one. The other ones are different.
No, I
Well,
was surprised.
I know the Dodgers are opening up with Atlanta.
Because I looked. I think it was just yesterday or the day before.
It changed over the weekend. Something happened on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
No, I think it was yesterday that I checked, and I'm almost certain St. Louis has the exact same record the Red Sox do, and Atlanta was like 1 game back, which surprised me.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
So if anybody blew it, I think it was Atlanta, if that's the case, because they had a big
All
lead.
weekend, the projections, all weekend, because I listened to my Dodgers,
Yeah.
all weekend the projection was the Dodgers and St. Louis were supposed to play. But when the weekend was over, the Dodgers are opening up at Atlanta.
Doesn't make sense.
I know that's who they're playing. You know I'm going to, that part I know I'm right.
Well, why do they?
Records-wise, I'm
Well,
completely
why does the
confused.
National League know who's playing and the American League doesn't? That doesn't make any sense either.
Well, I don't
Doesn't
think
it
the
matter
National League
who-
knows 100%. Well, maybe, let me put it this way.
Maybe it's because both wild card teams are in the same division.
Okay, it's something like that, Randy.
Because it's not that way in the American League, but in the
It's
National
some-
League it is.
It's something like that. That's what, so I
Yeah.
was kind of like half right before when I was saying about the 2 teams in the same division.
But anyways,
Yeah.
hey, I'm looking forward to it.
This actually, other than the World Series itself, this is exciting. If you like baseball,
Well, I mean, for 2 teams,
I mean, even without the wild card ones today, this is extra.
Yeah.
These 2 games, 2.
yeah,
You know, this is extra. But because normally it would have been a wild card team, and they just would have been playing.
right,
Okay, so now this is a wild card elimination. Then they play.
right.
But this
Well,
this playoff
Tampa's got
system
it
is
basically 2 days in a row
yeah,
you know,
well, yeah,
because they had to beat Texas to get in.
right? And then
Now
they play
they've got
tonight.
to beat Cleveland to continue.
That's right.
So,
That's right. Because I mean, see, did you and I just say who we know the Red Sox are playing? We just know when they're playing.
right.
Okay, I think that's what it was, because we don't know who they're playing.
I don't.
No, we don't. It's got to be the winner of Cleveland and Tampa. But I just get confused because Tampa's in the same division, like you just said.
Right. So we'll know.
Unless it only counts, like you said too, it's only on the wild card that it counts that way.
I have no idea.
I
But we'll
don't
know
either.
tonight.
It's so screwed up.
Tonight we'll know.
Yeah, not screwed up, complicated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm saying this as a baseball fan. If you love baseball, these playoffs are more just like the football.
Yeah.
When it comes to the playoff system, sometimes the Super Bowl is lousy compared to the playoff system.
Well, sometimes the Super Bowl gets so hyped
Yeah.
that it's hard to live up to it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
now you've got, you're going to have, however it works out with the wild card,
Yeah.
you're going to have 8 good teams.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
nobody,
That's 4 games. You know,
nobody
4,
slid in there through the back door that doesn't deserve it.
that's 4 playoff systems, 8 teams.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And even if it had been Texas, you know,
Oh, yeah.
Texas,
He's gone.
to their credit, no, but they came back. They won like 7 in a row at the end, except they didn't win that last one against Tampa.
Right.
But, you know, so they played their way right back into it. So if it had been Texas, I would say the same thing. Still 8 good teams.
Definitely, yeah,
So-
definitely. The sleeper is Cleveland, meaning in the playoffs in Pittsburgh.
Well, yeah.
There's 2 not sleepers, but 2 teams that you in the beginning of the year, April 1, you wouldn't have said Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
Probably not.
The other 6, including making it 7 with Tampa, doesn't surprise you. Well,
let's
there
face it.
again, I got to correct
No,
myself.
Boston surprises you.
That's right. I just thought of it, and I shoot my mouth off, and then I think of it. You're right.
But-
There's 3. That's a 3rd team.
But
3 out of 8.
But Cleveland, I mean, to get there, they finished the season on a 10-game winning streak. That's what it took
Yeah.
to get a guarantee for a 1-game playoff. They had to win 10 in a row, but they did it.
Well, they got in, and I'm
Did you hear
sh-
Francona's
and I can't-
comment?
I just was going to ask you if you saw it because
Yeah.
I was going to say, and I thought, and he did it with a straight face and chuckled, and if they run with that on the Boston press, that's the stuff that I hate.
Yeah, well,
That with the press running with it.
I saw it on the news last night. The players seemed to go, you know.
Right, and if the newspapers run with that and make a big deal out of it,
It's
that's
stupid.
remember what I've always said to you, and you don't yell at me, but yeah, I'm negative with the press, and that's the kind of stuff that if they run with it and make a big deal out of it, that's when I tell them,
Well-
you guys better go get a real job.
Well, they do the same thing on the news. They
Yeah. Oh,
on
and my
TV.
cheerleader?
They tease you with this. You know, coming up next is the controversial remarks by Terry Francona because they want you not to flip the channel. You know, and they do it even
Flip to
on.
January, get the same one.
They do it on, and they do it on regular news. They say, "Oh, you know, blah blah blah," and they're just teasing you. And then you hear the report, you go, you know.
Well, what he said was actually, this is the part that I don't like them to run with. It was true. He just, his team stayed away from chicken and beer.
Yeah. So I
The
would
Red
have-
Sox didn't.
I would imagine if Boston faces Cleveland,
I love that.
there's going to be, if there aren't signs
Oh, definitely.
in the
Definitely.
grandstand saying something about
But
chicken and
chickens,
beer,
Chicken and beer. Chickens, definitely.
but
Definitely. Buy your
I would
chicken
be
to be-
surprised. I would be disappointed.
Because there's a lot of fans that are complete opposite of me, of saying that and you, who just kind of like, other people have taken that comment
They've been
very
yes,
personal.
I know.
They're
but-
going to take, get a life, will you?
No, I mean.
And Frank, he kind of checked out. I like the way
no,
he said it.
You look
he chuckled at him.
You look at it and
I may as well and he said, I may as well get that out of the way right away.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
you look at it in the context in which it was said, And it wasn't like he was trying to give the Red Sox bulletin board material or
No.
anything like that.
No, definitely not.
You know, it was a little bit of a joke.
Yeah.
And so,
And like you said, I might as well get that out of the way now.
yeah, well, now because he said it, it won't be out of the way.
Wow.
But no,
Yeah.
I would be amazed if there isn't some fans
Oh,
that
oh,
show
the-
up with chicken and beer
Now,
signs.
that's even better odds than anything.
Well, plus they'll get themselves on TV, you know. But no, you know, you're right. I'm looking forward to it.
Opens up to, well, to play, there's one game tonight, two games today probably, right? The two,
I
Wild
would
cards.
think
well, Tampa and,
because
Cleveland.
if they don't,
what about, who's the wild card in the National
Well,
League?
Cincy.
Pittsburgh and Cincinnati is
Yeah.
tonight too.
yeah,
Oh, the reason I'm trying to say, why is it off? They had a tie. They had to play yesterday because
Yeah.
of the tie.
Yeah.
They both would have been, so both wild card games would have been tonight. They would have had Monday off and then played
right.
today.
I'm not sure.
Cincinnati and
if
Pittsburgh, at Pittsburgh.
Somebody might be actually starting on Thursday. No.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. There again, the confusion, but yes, that's how they'll rotate.
Well, 'cause
Thursday,
otherwise
Thursday
they-
2 games.
Yeah, because
Friday,
otherwise
2
they'd have to have
games.
4 games the
Sat-
same
right,
day.
it won't be 4 in one day. And then Saturday, 2 games. I don't know how they handle Sunday because of NFL.
Yeah. Well, the Reds.
know,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Sunday's a taboo day with the NFL, but there's so much
Well,
to schedule. Sometimes they just say, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to fight Sunday night football, one game, instead of Sunday afternoon where it's across the country. Everybody's got a football game.
yeah.
So, but, and there'll be somehow with that rotation. Now, here's a question I'm going to ask you, if you know the answer. This
If I don't,
first
I'll just
round,
make
the
one up.
first round, best out of what?
5, I believe.
Well, that you're saying, I believe, you don't know then. Because that's another thing they keep changing
All right,
every year.
I'll bet you $1 million it's 5 games. Yeah, how's that?
What I'm getting
Well,
at,
Jen
that's,
will look it up for us, right?
yeah.
Do you have the money to back that up?
Okay, put your volume up.
Do you have the money to back that up?
Still can't hear you at all, but we got a new engineer in there, Jen McGrill.
Do you
There
have
we
the
go.
money to back up that $1 million bet?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
you-
can write
yeah,
a check for
yeah.
any amount of money.
Where's my money?
Well, I'm not
Your,
saying
mon-
the
your
check
money's
will
in the,
clear.
your money's in the mail. The check's in the
I
mail.
thought so.
Check's in the mail. Now that was good. See, we can hear you good, not muffled or
Yeah,
nothing.
I'll make
Who's in
it-
the background
I'll
of
make
you?
it worth your while.
Oh, that's your white sweater. Yeah, we got
It's a ghost.
We got a new producer today. Director, I mean. Excuse me.
Well, not no.
Well,
She's-
she's been in limbo for a month and a half.
Well, you make it sound like she's not been working.
Oh, I
but
didn't say that. She's been in limbo
you make
from
it-
us.
Or that she's a rookie. I mean,
No, we
is
got Dan.
Jen we're talking about.
We used to have seen
the Jill of all
the
trades.
Dan Bell from New York.
Yeah.
You know, from
So,
New York.
Now she's been busy having birthdays.
Oh
and
yeah. She just
you know,
celebrated her
on-
birthday. We're not going to say on the air how
On
old she is.
vacation and
I've been working.
yeah.
She bought a new house this
At one-
summer.
yes, right.
Been a
Yeah.
heck of a year, 2013 for
Yeah.
a new house. Not a new house, but a home. Bought
Well,
a
new
new
to
home.
her.
Sure, it's new to her.
So, yep.
Her and a nice tax bill she probably gets from the town of Carver.
Yeah. Well, she's probably making extra money betting on NASCAR races. Yeah.
No.
Well, you just said she got to take that $1 million bet.
Yeah. Well, you know, I wouldn't fill out a deposit slip.
When I make my bets, I fill them out in Randy Lively's name.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
How come
You're welcome.
She sounds smoother than Bell. You go, "Rah, hey guys, how you doing?
Well, I know, but
Dan is very passionate.
Yeah, especially if you say something about New York.
so well, no.
He
but,
isn't here to talk
and-
about his Giants. Isn't that his team, his Giants?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what is the. I know in basketball it's the Lakers of all things.
Really?
Yeah. So, what
so-
the hell were we asking Jen to do? Do you remember?
Look up, if you can look on a playoff system, how many, the first round of playoffs is the best out of what? 5 or
that's
7?
it.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah, look under Just look up Dodgers in Atlanta.
Or, yeah, or, yeah,
I know it'll say best out of something.
or it might be major.
Best out of 5 or best out of
Yeah,
7.
or it might be on MLB's
Well, yeah,
website.
yeah.
All right, so,
It was in the papers. I know you don't buy the paper. You're too cheap.
yeah, that's right. So why buy it when you can get it for nothing?
Well, I'm looking forward to it, the playoffs. I'll have to fight my wife. I have to use the VCR, the DVD
Boy,
tape,
well,
tape show.
Well, you got that little 3-inch TV and your little,
Not 3-inch. That's all of 9, I think. Maybe 13.
Oh.
Maybe 13.
Oh, okay.
The old style. It does its job.
all right, so you got that.
Well, sometimes I don't like. I fall off my chair when I get in there because I put my feet up on the table. And I can't take any more falls.
Well, you just have to move a couch in there.
Well, that's. I haven't got enough room. A small couch, yeah.
Love seat.
Yeah, that's
Little
just what would
two-seater.
work.
Yeah.
But I mean, every time I put my feet up on my desk,
Well, there's a lot of
the
chairs
chair
here.
slides out, and I can't take any more falls. I can tell you that.
Well, you see any chairs in here you like? We'll put one in, take one, they got
The one
plenty.
I'm sitting on.
Yeah, what the
Yeah.
hell? They got extras.
Red doesn't go with Dodger blue though.
No,
That's Red Sox blue. Red.
or Cincinnati.
Yeah. Even Cleveland close.
Yeah.
Cleveland's got red in it.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, well, let me know any predictions of,
Oh, I was going to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know what I'm looking at here, but
That's all right.
5 teams in each league advance to a 4-round postseason tournament. Is that what I'm looking at? Is
Yeah.
that the playoffs?
Yeah.
That culminates in the World Series, a best of 7 games championship series between the 2 leagues. That's the World Series,
World
though.
Series, yeah, there's 7.
So you're looking for the playoffs.
The
The
playoffs.
first round of the playoffs.
First
Okay.
and
Is
second,
it
actually.
best of 7 or best
There's
of
2
5?
rounds, right? It's 2 rounds.
for the
'cause
first round?
Second
Yeah.
round will be best of 7.
Okay, I'll get back to you.
Okay, yeah, the first round.
Yeah, we'll be here.
But I know Atlanta's playing Los Angeles, so if you found them, they might say it.
So, well, I'm
Yeah,
still.
well, about our
I'm-
predictions, we'll
I'm
go
still
start with
sticking
American
with-
League.
Hey, I
gonna stick with your
started
Sox?
it a few months ago, or a couple of
Okay.
months ago. Red Sox and Dodgers in a World Series.
Okay.
I mean, I can't change in midstream. That would
well,
be hypocritical.
I never made the Dodgers prediction that they would get into the World Series, but it's hard to be a Dodger fan and not say that that's who I think's going to get there.
True.
Except for if I was
That way,
if I bet with my heart or make a prediction with my heart, it's the Dodgers. But if I try and say who do I really think's going to go for the National League, I have to do a few seconds thinking. I don't agree with the Red Sox going to the, and I've said that from day one.
well.
So, but that's okay. So I got to pick somebody in the
well,
American
I
League.
really, really want it to happen. Only
You want it to happen, but
well, listen, only because if it does, then I'm pretty well guaranteed of getting a prime rib dinner
yeah,
from
right. Checks in the mail too.
Yeah.
You're saying Red Sox and the Dodgers.
Yeah,
Let
well, I
me,
gotta
in American League, and where I said I didn't think the Red, because I had that argument with Rob, because I said my discussion with Rob was, I don't think the Red Sox were going to get in the World Series. If you remember, that was our bet. Your bet and
I don't
mine.
care what you bet.
Your bet and I, they play each other,
Right.
and whoever wins or loses, whichever. If your team doesn't get in it, into the World Series, the Sox,
Mm-hmm.
or the Dodgers, that bet doesn't count.
I know, it's got to be Sox Dodgers.
But Rob's bet in mine, Rob's was Sox were going to make the World Series, and my bet with Rob was, I said they weren't.
Yeah.
So there's 2 different kinds. So
Anyway,
American League, let me see.
Is this
now.
first round, is it called the Division Series?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's a best of 5.
Thank you. Okay, Randy.
And then it goes
put his
on
arms
to the
down.
League
Can you-
Championship Series, which is the best of 7.
Correct.
Okay.
5-7-7. That's
Right.
what it is.
All right.
thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
And that could be tougher. Now back to that. 5 can be tougher than 7. You start out the gate quick.
Well,
You know?
it's what it is.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
let's see.
if
I'll tell you what. In the back of my mind, keeps saying as we're talking, Detroit, 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 Detroit. Okay. So I'm going to go with Detroit in American League. And in the National League, I hate St. Louis as much as you guys hate the Yankees. Okay.
I don't know how they keep doing it.
That's why I hate them. They'd always, like if we had rivalries
We thought before.
locally, like you guys, I say you guys, around here, we hate the Yankees. The Dodger fans, National League wise, the Cardinals have always been a thorn in their
No.
side. Back to the 40s.
Look, let me ask you. Okay, they got Adam Wainwright for pitcher, right?
Somebody just got hurt over the
Yeah.
weekend.
But who else is on that?
Craig got hurt.
Who else is on that team?
No, it's just their history. I think you said it 2 seconds ago, though.
Well,
They
you-
always just seem to win.
Right.
We don't know how, but they always seem to win.
But, you
And
know,
that's why
and it's
as a-
not just La Russa, because they're still doing it.
That's right.
So,
And they don't have. Okay.
I'll
let
tell
me-
you who, if I had a second pick in the American
that-
League,
Yeah.
the team that I think impresses me and would scare me it's Oakland.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But you're going with your Red Sox and Dodgers,
Yep.
and Oakland and Dodgers on the second choice, technically.
Well, I'll come up with a second choice
Okay,
for the
come up
National
with
League,
that.
too.
Just try to remember these.
Well, I know Dodgers, Red Sox, but
yeah.
National League.
So I'm going Detroit.
Well, of course, we don't know who the wild cards are going to be. In American League, it doesn't matter. I'd still go with Oakland.
Right, because it's a first place team. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying. But we're not choosing a wild card team to win the World Series yet.
No, but in the National League, I mean,
National League's Pittsburgh and Cincinnati
yeah,
as a
I
World
mean, they're
Series
two
winner.
good teams, you know.
I don't think they'll have the horses. I think it's like one of these. They've blown their bubble to a point. It's got to end when it comes to. Well, we'll see. Pitching is pitching. Their pitching is done well too. I keep thinking of Pittsburgh. I don't know much about Cincinnati, other than a Royal. You know, I don't know
Yeah.
much about Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's a 500 pitcher for
You know,
him,
and
yeah.
they got some batters that can put some poke, but so let's see, we got the Dodgers, Atlanta. Atlanta's the team that like Oakland does to you, that scares you.
Yeah.
Atlanta's one of those sleepers.
I mean, that's what I
they
mean.
just win.
That's what I mean. But I mean,
Is it a weak
there's
division
good
with Atlanta?
teams. I don't think there's a single team that you could say
That we shouldn't be able to
they
win.
don't have a shot in hell. You know.
You're right. You're right. So all right, I'm gonna have to stay with my Detroit and the Dodgers. To heck with it.
Okay, so you're going with the Dodgers regardless, all the way.
Yeah, well, I got to stick with the Dodgers all the way. And like you just said, you want a second prediction. You're taking Oakland in another National League, so I'll go in American League. I got. See, I won't go. I can't go with the Red Sox because of the bet I made with Rob. I can't because it makes you kind of like two-faced. You know, I mean, I like Oakland too, like you said. Can't count on the wild card as of today. We can't because we don't know who's going to be there. Well, you know, and we can't. I was going to say Tampa, but that's a wild card.
Well, you
team.
kept saying Detroit.
Well, no, I wanted two different
All right,
predictions.
well,
I'm going to
look.
go with Oakland on my second choice.
All right.
Oakland and Atlanta.
All right.
We eat up a half hour already?
We are at the midpoint. We are going to take a very brief break.
We're not going over this time.
Please, just if you shut up, we won't. Check out our great underwriters, and we will be back, no more than a minute. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Cape Cod is proud to support Community TV. Some of the refreshing products offered by Coca-Cola are Coke, Sprite, Diet Coke, Fanta, Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper, Canada Dry, and Moxie. 125 years and still teaching the world to sing.
Sandwich Animal Hospital, 492 Route 6A, East Sandwich, is pleased to support community television. We are accredited by the American Animal Hospital Association and offer surgery, dentistry, general and preventative care. Appointments are available Monday through Saturday, 508-888-2774. Feel free to visit our website.
Kinlan Grover Real Estate sells and lists more property than any other real estate company on Cape Cod, with 15 offices from the canal to Provincetown. We are pleased to support community television and the Dukes of Sports. You can find us at kinlangrover.com.
Hey, here we are. We're back. Um, uh, I have a trivia question, but it has nothing to do with sports.
Oh, Jen, you listening for this trivia? Or we got to, you know, he's going to give a trivia question with nothing
I'm
to do with
listening.
sports. So
Okay.
Jen will be,
chime in if you want.
Jen
Okay.
will be all over this.
Oh, Jen.
I don't know.
No, I don't either.
Okay. What was the first toy to be advertised in the United States on national television?
Slinky?
I'll give you a little
Give us
clue.
a hint. Is it 50s?
Is-
Or what? Go ahead. Give us a clue.
Yeah, well, yeah, it would be in the 50s. And it is a toy that everybody knows, and it still exists to this day.
Slinky.
That's what I said.
Oh, I didn't hear you, hon.
I said Slinky.
Okay, she said Slinky.
You know what? That's what I said too.
Oh, okay, so it's not a Slinky.
We're all wrong.
A Rubik's
Okay.
Cube?
No, not Rubik's Cube
No.
in the 50s. They didn't do
I don't
people
even know
weren't
when that was
smart enough
made.
for the 50s.
But
I
your-
wasn't alive in the 50s.
But your kids may have one of these.
Lincoln Logs.
That's a good guess, but no.
Etch-a-Sketch? Was that around in the 50s?
Might have
Maybe,
been.
but no.
Any more hints? Other than it's well, is it something you put together or is it a toy?
Yes.
Yeah, I asked you two questions. You give me that's what he does, Jen.
Well, no, it's something that you
Stand.
can play with. You can change it. So in that sense, there's something
Barbie?
to put together. Another good guess. Not right.
You know, when he gets these trivias, Jen, he doesn't know the answers because
He says he knows it now, though, right?
He gets them out of a book. He gets them out of a book.
No,
It isn't like he
this
knows.
This
And
came
from a
out of-
You know,
calendar. right?
you got a book with trivia on it, and he comes back like he knows all these trivia
No,
answers.
this came, no, I admit
Yeah.
it. I told you I didn't get it right. No, this came off of a calendar, a daily calendar.
Well, that's what I mean. Somebody
All
else
right.
is telling you. the
Clearly, we
trivia.
don't know, so you should just go ahead and give it to us here.
Put together in the 50s. I was in the 50s. What the heck toys did we play with?
Pretty much everybody my age had one of these things because they were pretty.
Hula hoop.
Another good guess.
I'm trying to think of the 50s. I know, Jen, you got a disadvantage
Well,
there.
now, see, this is something that you can change facial features.
Oh, pumpkin.
Mr.
it does-
Potato Head.
The potato
There.
head.
There you
I
go.
call it pumpkin, but yeah.
I like
yeah,
pumpkin, but
No.
Mr. Potato
Well,
Head.
you're right. When he said that one, finally gave
Paul
it.
and I are so old. I bet you're like me. If you had one, when my first Mr. Potato Head, we used a friggin' potato. They didn't have the plastic thing with the little holes that you can insert stuff.
Yeah.
They used a regular potato. All they sold was just the little accessories, the eyes and the
Yeah,
ears.
you
and-
had to supply your own potato.
Yep.
You ever hear that one,
truly
Jen?
was
No.
just a
Yeah, you
potato
had to
head.
supply, you know, like you said, they had the hat and the eyes and the nose.
Yep. But
And you
used a
stuck it
real
on
potato.
a real potato.
Oh, well, and then you had dinner.
Then,
There you
then,
go.
yeah, then you said, hey, let's go. Slice them up.
Yeah.
French fries,
French fried potato.
mashed potato.
Yeah.
Dan, the man's here.
But
Hey, Dan,
so
Take a break, Dan.
Yeah, so Mr. Potato Head.
Dan's
so
here.
okay,
All right.
that's
Wanna
all
go
right.
with,
Hey, we're doing just fine with Jen.
yeah. it's-
So
me-
let's do a little train wreck while
all
we're
right,
at it.
We'll do a little train wreck there, Jen. Okay. Okay.
All
Jen,
right,
No train wreck. I got no train wreck.
My train wreck is a team, and you know you've made comments before how well in football season it's really easy to find something.
Yeah, and I've been neglecting my
But
own
I'm
statement.
going with an entire team, and that would be the New York Giants.
Who fell down over there?
We're all good. Hopefully.
Dan's back, and now
Dan's
his
computer
mic-
took a spill.
Now we got to.
Yeah, New York Giants football team.
Yeah, Giants football team for, where's Dan?
You know, 2 weeks ago they got embarrassed by Carolina. They got
Yep.
shut out. I think it was 30-something to nothing. And in that week, 2 weeks ago, I couldn't help but notice in our fantasy football league, whoever the poor bastard is that has Eli Manning, you know how you get points for touchdowns and, you know, completions and all of that stuff. Well, Eli was so bad that week between turnovers and the number of times he got sacked.
Interceptions,
His,
etc.
yeah, that's called a turnover.
Oh, okay.
His fantasy
I
number,
was thinking fumbles.
his fantasy number was minus.
Yeah.
In, you know, you didn't even get points. You had to subtract points
Yeah.
if you had Eli on your team. He was a little better this week, but because they managed to score 7 points against Kansas City.
And that play, I visualized that play. I just happened to put the game on.
No, I didn't see it.
That was a beautiful play to Cruz.
Oh.
One of them jobbers, whew, downfield, Cruz caught up like
Oh, yes, I did
with like
see a
a
replay.
pass, and he
yes.
just kind of ran under it, right in stride.
Yep.
And that made it. That was for his Giant fan. That said, "Oh, great." I mean, but they played Denver, right?
I'm not sure who their next opponent is.
No, that's who they played this weekend.
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yep. They lost 30-something to 7.
Yeah.
So in 2 weeks, they've been outscored almost 70-7. So it is a complete team. The defense is crap. The offense is crap.
Yeah.
Not sure about special teams, but you might as well throw them in there. You know, toss the coach in for good measure, stir him
Right.
into the pot.
How can I say this is
That
polite
team
as
is a
possible?
train wreck.
Polite as possible is the New York Giants. In the last 6 years, they've won 2 Super Bowls by complete magic.
Luck.
Complete magic.
Dumb luck.
They make the playoffs just about, and then they had the Patriots get beat because the receiver catches a ball on his helmet.
Yep.
And I can still see the defensive guy, if he could take a 15-yard penalty and wiped his head off.
That was
You know-
Rodney Harrison.
Rodney Harris, I mean, so it was complete magic. So the Giants are really showing what kind of team they really are. And I think this year, it's 0-4. So
Yeah.
that was your train wreck.
It's going to be a competition to see
It's a weak division again, though.
who's worse, the Jets or the Giants.
Yeah.
You know, Jets got a little edge right now.
Yeah.
You know,
But they made
in
a comment the
positive
other day
side.
on they're 0-4, but they're still only 2 games out of first.
Yeah, I know.
So you know what?
So-
That's the Giants.
So anyhow, that's my train wreck is the New York Football Giants.
Okay.
There we
Why
go.
don't we stay on
Great thing.
football?
Hey,
Right.
hey, does that train wreck have sound?
Sure does.
Oh, okay. See,
We don't hear
we
it
don't
out
get
here,
that
but you
in
had
here.
it.
I
there,
turn it
right?
down in there so that we don't get feedback.
No, that's okay because you know that
Same
just
with the
makes-
intro, right?
That just makes
Same
it
with the
perfect.
intro. Yeah, it's got a nice old westerny doo doo doo.
How about when they crash? Is
Oh,
there a
you-
big- oh, all right.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Hey, look
We
at
get
Jen
audio.
provides sound
it's
effects.
That's what I said.
All
Sound
right.
effects with her.
That's
Yeah,
where I've
we don't
been
get that with
working these
Dan.
last couple weeks. I haven't been here. Been doing my sound effects routine.
She's probably got 20 other things to do besides direct the show.
20 other things?
At least 20.
I was
other
thinking 19.
things.
Matches her age.
Yeah. Yeah, right. She hasn't seen 19 for a
Oh,
few
no, don't go there. I'm just
You
warning
guys are being fresh.
Don't ever mess with a woman in her age.
I'll take 19.
telling
Just
you.
don't call me like 30 something. Then I'll be sad.
So,
I wish I could say I was 30-something. I was single.
yeah, well, if we were talking about IQ, you'd be right there. But
Yeah,
anyways, football.
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 Hey, Gronkowski, the Patriots. Patriots just,
Gronkowski thought he could play. The Patriots thought he could.
I don't think that's such a big deal again. I think that's the press again. Press wants something to talk about, they'll just blow it up. Patriots,
They
let's-
talked
let
about
me- Let me
Gronk's-
put it this way. Let me put it this way. If it was a baseball pitcher,
Yeah.
and he didn't pitch, but they still won 4 games. So he hasn't, easy on, I ain't giving you mouth to mouth. Jan, you get something? Michael, you give him mouth to mouth?
Smooth water.
Yeah.
Smooth
Should have been
water.
some whiskey in there.
We'll just take our chances.
Definitely. But,
Yeah,
no,
if I turn blue, that's a clue.
but they're 4-0
Yeah,
without Gronkowski and 3-0 without Hopkins.
Amendola.
Amendola, 3-0 because they played the first game. So you look at it that way, and then, yes, they did play some competition this week with Atlanta, and they handled Atlanta.
Yep, they did good.
Other than all, the end was scary. And it was caused by the onside kick that made it scary.
Well-
Because if they got that, the score would have been a 2-touchdown victory.
The onside kick
Yeah.
and the fact that in a short yardage situation,
But 2 times this year.
yeah, the center and Brady can't seem to pull
That
this
should have
off.
been your train wreck.
Well, it didn't
Yeah.
cost them the game.
No, but
it
2
coulda.
times. That's 2 times for Grady, and it's not a new center, is it?
No.
Brand new.
No. And, the other time was on the goal line, cost them a touchdown. The first time they
Yeah,
screwed
but
that
this
up.
one was even. This was what, like you said. I'm sorry, I completely forgot that. Between that and the onside kick,
Yeah,
the game ended up being the last.
Too close.
Right up to the last play, and that was close for being interference.
no, I
The
thought
way
it was a
these
good-
refs call them
Well,
sometimes.
they can.
That's all I'm saying. It's like,
But
they can call it all
I
the
thought
time.
it was good coverage.
Yeah, Talib.
But,
And he's worth his money already.
oh, yeah.
Already.
And, because last year they were hurt. He was out for the playoffs with an
He got
injury.
hurt during the playoff game, didn't he? Didn't he
Yeah,
pull
but-
up something?
I think maybe the first one.
Yeah, but he during the game itself.
But, so now they're going to play the rest of the year without Vince Wilfork.
Well, Patriots have always been known among themselves that all their guys are ready to replace the next guy. He's going to be
Well,
a tough one. He's going to be a
even-
tough one to replace.
Even Belichick yesterday admitted, and this is about as open as he would be about an injured player,
but Achilles heel, I
that
think, right?
he's pretty much done for the year, and that there ain't anybody hanging around on any street corners that
Right.
can replace it. It's going to take 2 people.
Yeah.
playing
Well, yeah, that's
No.
true because he is the
It's going
size
to take
of 2
2
people.
though, from the Patriots bench playing their A games
Yeah.
to make up for him.
Well,
And we'll see if they can do it.
they're
you
going to
know?
have to.
Well, yeah, there's no choice.
It's
They're not going to find somebody, that,
you're not going to replace him as is, like you said, the A player. But
The only
The
thing
pa-
I can think of is they may have to change their defensive scheme to
whatever,
compensate.
that's what they're going to. That is, I'm not going to say that's what they're going to do, but Patriots are not.
Well-
not a dumb organization
Well-
when it comes to what do we got to. They managed the game, didn't they?
They did,
They
but
managed the game. Was it very noticeable
But-
that Will
but
Fork
it's-
wasn't there? I don't think it was. That he was, really.
No, but it's one game.
Yeah.
Now they got to do it for 12 more plus
Yeah,
playoffs,
right.
hopefully. I would think, to me, it's a no-brainer that you've got to change your defensive scheme because you can't. I don't care who the hell they got sitting on their bench. You can't say, okay, go in there and do what Wolford does.
No, we
Ain't
all know
happening.
that.
So you got to compensate for the player that is there. Isn't going to be a
That's
Wolford.
because Will Fork takes the space of 2 guys.
And so somebody else
And you
is
know the
gonna
next
have to
team they're
fill
playing,
that-
even though
that
it's only
hole.
the Bengals again, and I say only because
Well-
they're not the top of the world. They're not the, they're not the Denver
well, you know
Broncos.
who's playing fairly well. It's only 4 games.
Hoyer,
Cleveland, yeah.
Cleveland, Hoyer.
Hoyer.
And that name, if it skips somebody, that's the guy who was behind Brady for 3 or 4 years.
Yep.
And he got cut this year with Mallett. They kept Mallett and dropped Hoyer. And
They cut him
You know
last
who
year.
loves him?
They cut him
You
last
know who
year.
loves him? I'm not crazy about the guy, but Phil Simms.
Oh,
Phil Simms has said so much nice good things about Hoyer.
Well-
His first comment was he couldn't believe that no other team had picked him up and kept him until with Cleveland, they kept him, but because of an injury, he got to play. He's 2-0 right now.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with that because, well, for one thing, I was shocked that they let him go.
Yeah.
I don't know that this Mallet is better
Tomato,
than.
tomato.
I don't know. I thought Hoyer for a backup.
But we didn't see, come on, we don't really see the backups with the Patriots.
No, but when we did,
Who was there before Hoyer?
I don't know.
Oh, Castle.
But when
Castle.
he, yeah, but when we did see him, he wasn't a disaster.
Yeah, but we only
When
saw
I've
him in scrimmages.
Once in a blue moon, he'd get into a
Pre-exhibition.
game. But Mallet,
They don't take Brady
I
out
don't.
for
I
nothing.
don't have a whole lot of. I have more confidence in Hoyer.
Well, you don't
than
have
Mallet.
to. Well, you don't have that choice anymore.
No.
You have more.
But like I said, I couldn't believe that they let him go. I mean, couldn't have been.
It wasn't this year. It was the year before.
Yeah, I
right?
know. But it couldn't be money. You know, they're not making huge dollars. These backup quarterbacks.
No.
But even so,
I'm glad for him, and I know the Patriots are too.
but Cleveland is
Themselves.
an early surprise, I guess would be the best way for me to say it. But and then you got other teams that,
Yeah, they beat Minnesota Vikings.
yeah. Well, Minnesota's only got one win. Pittsburgh is 0
Was
and
it the
4.
first win with Minnesota? With your Peterson running at 65, 70? Is that what their first
Yeah, I
one?
get good points off of him.
Yeah, I know you do. That's why I said it.
But
You're the commissioner, though.
assistant. but Minnesota's only got one win.
Yeah?
Pittsburgh's got none.
They're 0-4, too?
Yep. As we said, the Giants have got none. Who cares? Now Miami, I think they might be 2-2. They got their ass handed to them
Last night.
by New Orleans.
Yeah.
Darren Sproles had a great
well-
game, and the tight end.
Well, have we made our? Go ahead. Remind me about the Super Bowl. Go ahead. The tight end, you're saying.
Yeah, I mean the tight end on New Orleans is just unbelievable, and but you know you've got Seattle last week
Yeah.
pulled one out of the fire.
Well, that's what good teams do.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure that they had, because they were a run-first offense,
Yeah.
and they had a fairly good deficit during a game, and those run-first teams usually are hard coming back.
Yeah.
From
Yeah, because it takes time unless
But-
they get a
but they
Peterson runner.
they did.
Yeah.
And to their credit, and they beat Houston, who's
Yeah. Houston is
is not.
one week they're a good team, and the next week
Not,
they
yeah,
don't
but they're
show up.
they're not a bunny team. I
No,
mean, they're a decent
not,
team.
They're not an easy team. I think there's not a lot of easy teams, anyways. But Super Bowl prediction.
Well, yes, there is. There's a team called Jacksonville.
Yeah, and the Jets, J&J,
Oh, well, Jacksonville is even. I mean, they're pathetic.
really.
Oh, Jesus, they're terrible.
Super Bowl prediction, right now.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl right now. I got mine.
Jesus. Well, you go ahead.
Mine?
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say. No, Seattle.
Seattle. Yep. Seattle and New England. There you go.
No, Denver.
Yeah, it should be.
Unless Denver falls on their face during the year, meaning by drastic injuries,
They don't have to fall on their face during the year.
they are so scary.
All they need to do is have one bad playoff game.
Welker is an added receiver with them, on the sense that they've got
Oh,
three.
Demarius Thomas is better than.
They're scary. As long as their team doesn't fall apart injury-wise.
Well, Manning.
Injury-wise, Peyton Manning.
All he's done is thrown.
That's my prediction. Peyton in Seattle, and that'll be out.
That's a good.
I mean,
You'd have a hard time arguing much
Right.
against that.
that's mine.
Manning, all he's got is 16 touchdown passes and
Yeah, you got him on fantasy. Yeah,
yes.
so you know this.
0 interceptions.
Yeah. Well, those things run in spurts
And-
sometimes, but he isn't a.
And they have at least a running game.
Yeah, they get both.
It may not be as spectacular as Denver has had in the past.
Correct.
But
In the past,
you
they
have-
didn't have the passing with the running.
you have to, well, they had this guy named Elway,
Yeah, but it took them a few years
But-
to put the team together like that.
but they've got enough of a running
Oh, yeah.
game to keep you honest on
Oh, yeah.
defense.
Yeah,
And then he has got Decker
yeah.
and Welker
Yeah.
and two Thomases, Demarius, the wide receiver,
And as long as none of those guys
Orange Julius, the tight end.
get jealous of each other or selfish,
I don't,
and they probably aren't stupid enough to not see that. They can say, hey,
I don't think Manning would allow it.
and then a guy like Welker is in there now on a transit that would fit right into that same type of mold as a Manning,
Yeah.
of knowing, don't worry about it. You throw me only 2 balls, I'll catch them. As long as,
Unless it's in the Super Bowl.
right, I knew as soon as I said that, you were going to say that. But these other receivers for Denver that you mentioned, I don't know their mentality. I'm going by Welker's mentality
Yeah.
and Peyton Manning's.
Yeah. Well,
Peyton Manning's. There's a
Manning-
guy 2 years ago was supposed to be washed up, right?
well, he had that neck injury. I
Yeah.
mean, that's
They didn't want to. Indianapolis didn't want. They didn't want to take a chance with him, but
Well,
they got luck. And
they got lucky. They lucked out with luck. Yeah.
They got lucky
But-
with luck.
But I mean, I can't blame him. I mean, a neck.
No,
You know, you have a neck surgery.
not for that kind of money.
You know, that's not like popping a separated shoulder back in. You know, that's some serious.
That was big money too, I think.
Oh,
too.
it was. Oh,
But
huge.
Denver, they must have
Yeah.
written us.
And I'm not a Peyton Manning fan,
I am.
but as a
Then
participant,
trade him to me on his
as a
fantasy.
participant in fantasy football, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
So,
So when they play the Patriots, what are you going to root for that day? Going to put him on the bench?
I am going to root for him to throw 5 touchdown passes.
Right. They're playing them at Foxborough,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That'll be a heck of a game.
But I'm
You
going
know
to.
that's Sunday night.
But I'm also
or
going to
Monday night,
root
one
for
of
the
them.
Patriots to score 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Welker's going to get a rousing.
oh yeah, the fans
They
will.
they
Yeah.
will give him so much. I'll be shocked if I see a negative sign.
Yep. Oh,
no.
hey, just to warn you, we're under 4 minutes.
Oh, we've had a good show. Jen's kept
But-
us moving.
But no, I mean
Well-
the NFL. I mean, every year there's always
It's only 2
at
teams
least
get
a
to the big one, and only one can win it.
But there's usually at least a couple of surprise teams every year in a positive way, and there's a couple of surprise teams in a negative way.
Yeah,
Right
definitely.
now, that would be Pittsburgh for sure, and maybe the Giants. I mean, Jackson.
Oh, is Minnesota supposed to be? Should have been up there too at this point.
Yeah,
They're 1-3. Even 2-2 is better than 1-3.
yeah, well, really.
Well, I'm just saying, was Minnesota one of those teams with Peterson supposed to have some better expectations?
Yeah, well, they not. I mean, they won with Matt Castle as quarterback last week. They had Ponder, I think, as their starter. He got hurt.
Castle's with Minnesota. Okay. I'm sorry, that was the game that was
They
in
were in
England.
London,
That was the game that was in
and
England.
I mean, the quarterback spot doesn't. I think that it could be better. I mean, their offensive ace in the hole is Peterson.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Well,
but he can't do it all by
He
himself.
can't do it all. No. One running back will not do it all.
But-
Not in pro.
But Jacksonville is just. I mean, they're just god awful.
Pathetic, huh?
But there's a lot of decent. I mean, that's
What
what,
about
the
Tampa?
NFL has strived for years now. Parity is their
Parity,
favorite
definitely,
word.
Definitely.
But there's
Roselle
a lot.
started that.
But there's a lot of
Wanted
decent
it.
teams, and so from week to week, it makes for,
Well-
a bunch of entertaining games to watch.
I'll throw out one team that I feel at this point has been snake bitten, has been Tampa Bay. Snake bitten. They lost the first 2 games by 3 points.
Right.
New coach. He's got to get his feet wet in the whole team. But
They're
I think
weak.
this snake
That's
bitten.
a team that's weak at quarterback.
Yeah, but it's going to, a new coach, Rutgers coach, right? College.
Yeah, I think.
And well liked by Parcells, excuse me, I hate
Belichick.
Belichick. I don't want to
Yeah.
use that other guy's name.
But
They did.
the thing too, I mean, the first game they lost to the Jets, they
Right.
gave it to them because of a stupid penalty.
Right, that was my train wreck that week.
But yeah, they're still the, you know, if you've got a weak quarterback, it makes it tough because it's a passing league. Even though there's a few teams that are run-first teams,
Yeah.
you still have to be able to pass the ball and to move the team through the air. And when you can't, and I'm not saying you need to have a great quarterback, but you just need a decent quarterback. And I'm not sure that Tampa Bay has one.
Okay.
You know, so hey, we're at about under a minute. So
Okay. Let's not
I'm just going to
run
start
it over.
wrapping up. I'm going to thank Jen for being with us and taking care of us in the booth today.
You're very welcome.
And we invite everybody to check us out on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dukes of Sports. You can leave a comment, give us a like, tell your friends, whatever. And we always appreciate the people that take the time to watch us. And hopefully you enjoyed as much as we enjoyed doing the show. We're supposed to have wonderful weather for most of this week. A little bit of summer for a couple of days, so enjoy it. And we'll see you same time, same place next week.
And like I always say, drive safe and be a fan.
125 years and still teaching the world to sing, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Cape Cod is pleased to support the Dukes of Sports. Some of the other satisfying products available from Coca-Cola are Dasani Water, Powerade, Honest Tea, Fuse, V8, Vitamin Water, and Minute Maid Juices.
Dr. Leslie Harmon of Sandwich Animal Hospital gladly supports the Dukes of Sports. We offer lifetime care for dogs, cats, birds, reptiles, rabbits, and more with an on-site diagnostic laboratory, complete pharmacy, medical diets, and microchipping. For professional grooming and flea bath appointments, 508-888-8225.
Kinlan Grover's experienced and professional agents get the job done, whether you are buying or selling. We also offer summer vacation rentals and can assist in mortgage financing. Kinlan Grover is recognized as serving the most buyers and sellers across the entire Cape.